All righty, greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced. Okay, we're coming to you from all across the nation today, ladies and gentlemen. And the air date of this episode is October 21st, 2025. Okay, so we're appreciating Lightnin, Dynamite produce an episode for us tonight. Okay, first place, we're going to talk about the No Kings, but first we want to make a special note here of happy birthday to Mr. Bobby Seale, who is the chairman of the Black Panther Party. Okay, we're also, too, going to be discussing the current issues countermanding our progress, which ties into this No Kings BS, and why we should be self-sufficient and why commerce is so important. And then also, too, after we discuss that, we're going to include the open mic with these topics right here. Now, why is commerce so very, very important? Number one, don't nobody spend money like Black people do. See, if it wasn't for Black people here through free labor, through us spending our money with every other group other than our own, okay, the U.S. economy would crumble. They know it. The other ones know it, but we on a collective basis don't know it, in my opinion. But we are getting conscious of that. Okay. So with us getting conscious of that, with the concept of Sankofa, which is going back to tradition, is the first step forward. Now, Dr. King and Rosa Parks proved that with the Montgomery bus boycott back in 1956, which was 10 years before the birth of the Black Panther Party. Okay. All right. So therefore, in one of the 10 points, we need to control the commerce in the Black community to make ourselves self-sufficient, because we need housing, we need clothes, we need ways to protect ourselves, we need schools and what have you for our children, and also our own businesses and professions to employ our people. Is because, as we already know, if it was not for us, you'll see the United States economy would crumble. See, they know that, other groups know that, but on a collective basis that we don't know that. So I want to bring in Sister Akette, also to Black Ophanim line. We also have my aunt, Anna Katat. Okay, we should be joined by
Black
others.
Power.
Okay,
we with you. We with
always.
you.
Yes, sir. And then, as you can see from the photograph up here, that Dynamite has up here, Black Ophanim TV, you got H-Rap Brown, Stokely Carmichael, Huey Newton with his famous photo in the wingback chair, and you also have Huey Newton and Bobby Seale standing there on North Telegraph, patrolling the streets in front of their offices there. And okay, there's North Oakland, West Oakland, and East Oakland. They had offices in North Oakland on Telegraph. That's North Oakland. West Oakland is over there where they had the mural at and where the Infirmary Park is. East Oakland is way out there, pretty much for all practical purposes, south of downtown, straight out East 14th Street, where the Alameda County Courthouse is, okay, and that they'll take you straight there off into East Oakland. And then, of course, we do know about the assassination of a little Bobby Hutton 2 days after the assassination of Martin Luther King in 1968. He was only 17 years old. Okay, they started off with the Forte brothers, Huey Newton, Bobby Seale, Little Bobby Hutton, and Big Man. They used to go to patrolling the streets of Oakland, California, to making sure that the police department was not violating the legal constitutional rights of the Black community. As we know, chapters started shooting up in the West. Okay. Oakland started, San Francisco, Los Angeles, then it went to Seattle, then it went to Denver, Colorado, then it went to New York City, then it went to Chicago, then it went to, I believe, New Orleans, Louisiana.
Black Power, brother, just want to let you know I got to step away, so it's all y'all's. I'll be back, though. It's all y'all.
Okay, all righty, okay. And then on top of it, Sister has got some knowledge right here. Sister Axa, self-empowerment. Okay, we're gonna unmute her mic and let her give us some input.
Well, yes, of course. Happy born day to Bobby Seale.
Right.
As far as Oscar Self-Empowerment Center, covers all grounds, right? Because we have to have the healing all together as the people, right? If we're not healing and our trauma that we have endured, if it's not being transformed, right, then it's going to be effective, transcendent in everything you do. And that goes when it comes to your health, right? When it comes to your mentality, when it goes all together, because if it's not transformed, then it will be transferred. And that transference can be anything. When it comes to your family, when it comes to how you treat your children, to the point of you allowing your children to be a part of the public school system altogether. See, that trauma has been transferred because you want your children to endure the same trauma that you have endured, because what? The trauma that you have endured wasn't transformed. It wasn't to the point that it was internalized, right? To prevent things from happening, right? To protect our families, right? To create our schools, right? To have our own, to be self-sufficient. And that is exactly what the Black Panther Party did. They created their own, they did their own. And what was not there, they filled it. Right? So if you have a lack here, the Black Panther Party came in and filled the lack. Right? And they didn't do it on their own. It was also other revolutionary organizations and groups that also felt the same way. Right? But with all the propaganda and everything that goes on, because the division, the separation of the division is an illusion. The separation of this division is an illusion. Okay. Right? And if you want to continue living in the comedy show of the illusion, then you're going to get the characters to come out the comedy show like you're watching the cartoons. And go ahead, bro.
Okay, absolutely. And then also, too, to find out in that 10-point program, even other groups had stated it was pretty much, for all practical purposes, based in the U.S. Constitution. You see? And the economical platform was beautiful, is because they stated that the Black community should be self-sufficient economically. Now, I ask you, and I ask others out there, you're saying, I believe that the chat room is open, is that when they started mentioning that, that's when they really had started coming down on them. Now, no disrespect to Mr. Seale, no disrespect to the memory of Huey P. Newton or little Bobby Hutton or Big Man, you know what I'm saying? But they embraced the Marxist doctrine, and Karl Marx had made the statement is that Black people do not have the intellectual capacity to understand Marxism. Okay, so like what another man said, who is not Black, who is from San Francisco, that in any given situation, you take what is useful and you leave what is useless. You see what I mean? And then on top of it, they had other points, but their main point that they was focusing on was point number 7. All right. So what had happened is that then FBI Director J. Edgar Hoover had stated, even during the civil rights.
Wait a minute, Akbar. When you say point number 7, can you actually give the definition of what point number 7 is on the 10-point platform, please?
Yes, ma'am. I'm pulling it up right now. Okay. Come on. I know I got it in this daggone book now. Okay. All right. Point number 7. Okay. Point number 7. We want an immediate end to police brutality and murder of Black people. We want all police and special agents to be excluded and restricted from school premises. We believe that there should be an end to harassment by the police department of Black people. We believe that if all the police were pulled out of the schools would become more functional. And we want all students, point number 8, we want all students that have been exempt, expelled, or suspended from school to be reinstated. We believe all students should be reinstated because they haven't received fair and impartial judgment or have been put out because of incidents or situations that have occurred outside of the school's authority. You see, we want all students, when brought to trial, to be tried in court by a jury of their peer group or students of their school. Now, that's what it says in the Constitution, that you are supposed to be judged by a jury of your peers. So if you are an inner city Black man accused of a crime, then the ones on the jury should be men and women from that same inner city. Not like the fiasco that they had in Los Angeles in 1992, where they tried those cops in the beating of Rodney King. They damn sure got a jury of their peers up there in Simi Valley. Who do you think lives
you know
up
what?
in Simi Valley?
I want to ask you something else, Shabaka. All right, when you go to Rodney King, can you tell everyone where area was Rodney King actually from in Los Angeles?
Okay, he was from South Central LA.
Okay, what was the name of the neighborhood? All Black neighborhood. You know it. Come on.
Okay, that there would be South Central Los Angeles. You have several neighborhoods there in South Central LA. You have the Crenshaw District.
The one that was all Black and that was also affected by the fires that recently occurred.
Okay, all righty. The fires that recently occurred happened out there in the Ritz areas. You're talking about January of this year. Those happen out there in Woodland Hills, way on the west side, okay, near Encino and what have you. That's LA's exclusive area. You see what I mean? Okay,
no. I said, okay, so I'm not trying to jump over, but this is the thing. All right, so I'm getting ready to pull it up. And the neighborhood starts with the A. This whole neighborhood.
Altadena.
Huh?
Altadena.
Altadena. There you go, baby. Black power, black power, black power, black power. Now, Altadena was all Black area, Black-owned grocery stores and everything else.
Yeah, Black-owned grocery stores, Black-owned pharmacies, Black-owned medical offices.
Everything. And Rodney King was also from that area, as well as that area was hit the hardest, and I think it was done intentionally when it came to the fires that was recently in Los Angeles. But I just want to bring that up. I didn't mean to interrupt you, Black Power.
Okay, no, everything that you said is right. Okay, it was near an area called Eaton Canyon, which is a part of Altadena. Now, keep in mind is that Altadena is a county territory of Los Angeles County. Pasadena is its own city. Los Angeles is its own city. Places like Woodland Hills, Encino, the Crenshaw District, Leimert Park, the Baldwin Hills, you see, all those are sections of the city of Los Angeles, including Hollywood, North Hollywood, Calabasas, Topanga Canyon, Benedict Canyon, Lakeview Terrace, Granada Hills, Van Nuys, Pacoima, Hollywood, North Hollywood. They say, all right, so if you ever go there, you will see when you go into those neighborhoods, they would have signs up there with the city seal of the city of Los Angeles that says City of Los Angeles, founded 1787, I believe. Okay, is because there was a place called Olvera Street, which is a historical landmark right across the street from Union Station in downtown LA. Yeah, the same area where they had the ice raids at recently, okay, which is across the 101 freeway from the federal building, okay, and the federal courthouse, all right, and then Los Angeles expanded from there. But there's an old saying, when it came to Los Angeles being designed, it was designed by a drunk Indian on a drunk horse, and he was good and wasted because, you know, the city limits of Los Angeles are so daggone gerrymandered, you know, it's ridiculous. It intersects with the cities of Inglewood. It intersects with the city of Compton. It intersects with areas like Carson, California, let's see, Long Beach, is because Wilmington and San Pedro are sections of the city of Los Angeles. And when they did what they call the Harbor Gateway, which is a thin strip going from metropolitan LA into San Pedro, that there was so the city of Los Angeles could have a harbor. Okay. All right. That's how they did that. Okay.
Also, before you go to the next subject, and because as I look at the picture, I guess you took the picture down, and I look at the brothers and sisters that are that were part of the movement back there in the Black Panther Party, and if you look at all of this, and I went through trauma not transformed is trauma transferred. So everybody turned around and they kind of like transferred the trauma into something else. Just like Kwame Ture, he turned around and I think he moved to the motherland. And
yeah,
then,
he did. He was married to Marion McKeeba. He was married to Marion McKeeba. I saw Kwame Ture speak in 1974 at the California State University, Hayward, which is in southern Alameda County.
All right. So then when we go to H. Rap Brown, okay, he turned around and actually embraced Islam, and much respect to our political prisoners. We must never, ever forget about our brothers and sisters that are incarcerated.
Right.
And find out how to get in touch